Welcome back, students. Now in today's lecture we are going to see an interesting topic. This, as you know, is a part of the second unit where we are now continuously discussing on the essential ethics for every man. Now what is the topic I am going to deal with? It simply is service. Now this is a very commonplace word we hear often in our life. So let us see the various aspects of service in our life. First of all, let us define what service is. Now, for us to do a service, first of all, we need to have a sense of belonging. I should never consider myself as an individual person, but always a part of a unit. This is where every person you meet in your life will have a relationship with you. So when you do an act of nobleness towards them, that is where you help the society at large. So service would naturally improve the relationships we develop in our life. Also, to do a service, we first have to find time. In the modern era where everyone is rushing around very busily in their life, we should definitely dedicate some time where we are willing to do a service. The service would naturally improve the lives of the people in the community. Now let us see the various instances by which we can provide service. Now when you do a service, you will naturally feel that you have accomplished a great many things in your life. It would naturally make you feel elated and happy when you do a service. Now you also should understand that service gives you a social recognition. This is where you will find a place where you can be proud of what you have done, and naturally people will be able to identify you. But the most important thing is what you do to your own inner self. It would make you glow with happiness to know that you are of help to people around you as well as the society at large. Now when you do a service, it will naturally make you happy and make you understand that positiveness in life is possible through service. So you will be able to live a happier life, and also you will be able to achieve your future goals. And of course, I put at the last the improvement in relationships around you. You will always be surrounded with good people because of the service you provide. Now service can be of different types, but for this you certainly need certain qualities in you. For you and your service to be meaningful to others, you need to possess these other qualities rather than just doing a help. Compassion. You should feel the pain of other people. Only then can you put yourself out to serve them. So first of all, learn to develop compassion. Now how can we develop compassion? Never consider yourself separate from others. Always look at people, feel happy when others are happy, and feel the pain when they undergo sadness. That is where you can develop compassion. So don't just look, feel sorry and move away from their lives. Make sure that you always reach out with compassion to the needy. Now sympathy. This is where compassion is an emotion most of us can feel. But what is sympathy? You actually feel their pain and you also do something to alleviate that pain. The last one I've given you here is empathy. Like I said, the first emotion, compassion, is something which everyone feels. We'll feel sorry for other people's sufferings. But what is sympathy? It is a higher level of compassion where you are able to understand the pain they are undergoing and try to do something to help them. But what is empathy? Empathy is where you put yourself in other people's shoes. You consider their pain as your own, and like we try to solve all our problems at whatever cost, this is where when you feel empathy, you will do everything to help others. So for your service to be meaningful, you definitely need to imbibe and instill these three qualities in you. Now when it comes to service, we definitely would like to feel happiness when we do the service. So what are the benefits we can give to ourselves when we serve people? I can here divide them as both mental and physical health benefits. Now, when you serve people, when you see the happiness on other people's face, that is where it will naturally reduce depression and problems in your own life. You yourself will be alleviating or removing the pain in your own life, and you will come out of depression. You know that when you serve people, your blood pressure will come down, and also you will naturally live for longer years. The best happiness in life is making others happy. So when you serve people, you will see that you will live happily for a longer period of time. So your lifespan will be lengthened, and also you will also stay physically active because you put yourself voluntarily to serve people. This will make you move around a lot, and that would actually help you to combat depression, overcome all the physical problems in your own body, and also satisfaction both physically and mentally. Okay, and naturally stress and anxiety will be reduced. So when you see the happy glow on another person's face, this would naturally make you feel happy. So there are some types of community service which we can do. It is not impossible. We can always reach out for the betterment of the society. For this, definitely you need to set apart some time in your life. Everyone runs around for earning money. But what do we actually do for the society? Be philanthropic. That is where you look for the good of the society at large. For that, you definitely need to spend a small portion of your time in general service. This is where you become happy and also make the society around you happy. So the community will have quality time with you, and naturally this happiness will be reciprocated between you two. So when you help by putting aside some time to improve the lives of people, at least one person in the society, you are serving the society at large. So here you are making a change in your own life, and also you are changing the lives of the people around you. Now, like I said, for sacrifice, when you give up something for other people and feel happiness, likewise when you do service for other people, that itself will instigate you to continue to do the service. So here, service is not just giving money. It's not just improving their lifestyle alone. It can also be there where you give them positive experiences. You can teach and impart certain skills for them that they do not otherwise have access to. So make sure that you think of varied types of services for the community. So this is where you create a better life for the people around you. Now this is where you also prompt other people to follow what you have done for them. This will be a chain reaction. You help people, the benefited people will themselves have the urge to help other people around them. So this is where we trigger a reaction, a chain reaction among people when we continue to serve the society. Now here you have different types of service we can do. Donate blood, you can donate food, and also you can donate other unessential things you have in your house. The highest form of donation, of course, is blood organ donation. Many people voluntarily give their blood, but we do not have the inclination sometimes to donate our entire body. This is also a type of service. So donation can be monetary aspects like money, food and clothes. This is where you feed the hungry. You donate anything which is lying to waste at your home. Now, mentoring children can also be a great service you do to people. You know that even children of the present age undergo much stress and anxiety. So if you are able to mentor children at your home or even in a local school, that is itself a form of service. Now, what is simply service? Something which you do without expecting anything in return. So simply join some non-profit volunteering associations whereby you can spend some quality time doing some random acts of kindness. It is not a predefined way of service. You can do some random act. Again, it is not necessary that you have to be in such associations to do such random acts of kindness. You see your neighbor having a need, a problem. Reach out to them voluntarily to solve their problem. This is a small act of kindness everyone can do. Now, our Indian roads, we know that they are dirtied by people who are not conscious of cleanliness. Pick up the litter on the road. It's never wrong for us to clean our roads, our surroundings. You see a paper before your house, pick it up and dispose it off properly. Another noble service you will be doing is, if you do travel, if you have eaten some eatable, don't throw away the paper out of the window. Store it in your bags. Make sure that you dispose of it properly. So don't litter and also pick up litter. This is also a small service you can always do in your everyday life. How many of us are conscious of turning off the taps or switching off the lights when they are not used? We walk into a public toilet, we use the service and we move out. But if you hear the water running in another room, do you take time to turn that off? If you are walking by in a corridor and you see some lights and fans running on in a room, do you take time to switch it off? This again is a noble service, I should say, which we can do in our everyday life. So if you are visiting a park, pick up the litter on the road and streets. Don't feel ashamed to do this small service. And also, if there are some associations in your locality, either government or non-governmental organizations, donate a small portion of your income or at least some time in that association. Now, service is something which you volunteer to give. No one can force us to do a service. So always be open-minded. Make sure that you improve for the economic health of the society also by donating a small portion of your income. Service can sometimes be for also improving the surrounding natural environment. Plant a tree. Have a small plant or a shrub in your house. That is also a service to the environment which we do. Now every day we deal with so many people. Just have a smile on your face. That is the best service which we can do. You know, our smile can also lighten their problems in a day. Never have feelings of greed and envy when you behave with people. Always be happy. Even with the worst behaved person, be friendly. This is where you are doing a service by making everyone around you happy. If you know that someone is under some problem, reach out to them voluntarily. Try to lessen their grief. Now, how many of us think that saying thank you is also a service? We take it for granted when we get things from others. But when you say the word thank you, that will also make them so happy for the rest of the day. So that is also another type of service you can do. Now, reading books, enabling people to be literate, teaching literacy to poor people. Again, organizing some book drives. Even at home, you buy some books and give it to your children. Or you are working in a college or in a school and encouraging students to read books. That is also something of a service. Now, in workplaces as well as in schools and colleges, you have this tree plantation drive being conducted regularly. Participate in it, because that is also where you improve the environment and also benefit from the clean environment. Organize some cleaning drives, both at home, make your children clean the house, and also the streets. Involve them in such social activities. And also for aged people, take care of the old and aged in your home. Also reach out to aged people in homes or even on the streets. Just do a random act of service where you buy them some food for a mealtime, or if you find that their clothes are torn, you give some clothes to them. Try to find a place where they can live in security. All these we can classify them as types of service. So service, I would say, is the building blocks of life. They can be done on a small scale in everyday life. They can also be done at a magnified level if you have both the economic means as well as the time. So always make sure that you are thinking of the good of other people. Engage yourself in community service and also make sure that you understand the true meaning of service. Service is something which we do without thinking of monetary benefit or the recognition we might get from the society. So the service we do should be for others' benefit and also should be for the betterment of the community. If I serve one person in the society, I am naturally serving the whole society. So always be willing to do service. Don't think of any compensation which you are going to get either as money or social recognition. In your everyday life, make sure that you reach out to people, help them, serve them. At the same time, you serve yourself where you know that you will be getting both physical and mental benefits. Thank you, students. Hope I have sowed this thought in your mind that even in our common life, we can do service and also we have to go higher order to serve the community as well. Thank you.